Hiya, sweeties and sweetie pies.
And we're back.
The Taste Buds.
Yes.
Podcast. Back in action. Sal.
I'm excited coming off the heels of the victory, the drubbing of 62 to 38% Oreo over Chips Ahoy. I'm excited. I'm taking momentum with me into the second episode. I will say there's as much passion involved here. Would you agree?
Yeah, this is this next debate is yet another great food debate that Sal and I had just in regular friendship that went on for, I believe, hours.
I believe it was a weekend.
Yeah, possibly a whole weekend. It was revisited quite a bit throughout the week after it initially transpired. And we want to take it to the public. That's what this show's all about, taking these private food debates to the public because we're very passionate about the foods we love.
We have opinions and voices.
And we like to pull the people in around us to get their opinions.
That's right.
And hear their voices.
Something we do all the time anyway.
Yeah.
And we're like, this should be shared.
This should be
It's
shared.
fun. And there is a real special feeling. And because we've been on both sides of the debate coin, where you took a win and you take an L, and
Right.
there's something really delightful about a win, and it's something really biting, and it gets under your skin when you take a loss. Would you say?
Well, yeah, I think you're saying that because I've taken more losses than you.
I wasn't. But if you want to be cynical out of the gate, you go ahead. That's you.
I'm ready because I think that you have a shiftiness to you that you put under the guise of this, like, hey, I'm just a sweet kid kind of thing.
Yeah. Okay.
I think you do.
Well, I know because it doesn't mean that I won't dig down deep when I need to defend my food choices. Yeah. I am a sweet kid, but I do
think you're a sweet kid.
Sometimes I have an arrogance with you when I feel like I really know the right answer because I have with me the confidence that I know that the polls are going to indicate that I am going to be backed, and if I'm ever in one where I really think it's a coin toss or I am maybe an underdog, maybe I don't have that much confidence. Maybe I don't have that much arrogance. So you're picking up on the shiftiness now because this is going to be another just real sad sack for you. It's going to be sad sack for you.
But let me be clear. Let me be clear about something. If either of us loses a debate, which will happen, it doesn't mean that changes our opinion or we're submitting to the idea that the other person is right. Mm-mm. I lost the Oreo Chips Ahoy debate. I still know that I'm right and Sal's wrong, and it's not my fault that a bunch of people agreed with his opinion and they all have the same dumb opinion. I can't fix that. I'm not here to fix that. I'm not the president.
Sure. No, you're not. No.
Of anything.
No.
Okay. So I just want to make that clear.
It's crystal. It is crystal.
Right.
And I will say, usually the majority, something is popular for a reason. The majority of people, there's an indicator there, especially on like semi-landslides or what have you like that. But I will say that there's been times where the minority is absolutely right. Like even if you apply it to anything, a movie that you loved, that and people just don't get it, and the majority of people pan the movie, but then you feel the movie was just great, and then there's a section of people that get it, and you click and whatnot. This is a little bit more left to people's taste buds. It is, and I think kind of taste buds are connected to us, like in a biological way. And I think like much like Shakira's hips, I don't know if taste buds lie. I don't know if they lie. So I will say that the polls here I think would indicate, somewhat of an answer we can hang our hats on.
Well, you're right, because all the best things are the most popular things. Right?
No, I was making a case against that.
You're right. Every big blockbuster is one of the best movies.
Well, you're right. There you go, right there. Maybe a movie was not a good. Maybe it was an apple to a lemon on that one. But movies. But I'm saying taste buds. See, here you go: sweet, salty, sour, bitter, umami, which is the savory, right? So sweet and salty. So you get 5 major taste areas on your tongue. So, oh wow, and check it out. I didn't realize that the taste areas on your tongue are in different sections.
Yeah. that is weird. I didn't
That's
know that.
wild. So the sweet is what you're tasting with the tip of your tongue. The salty, the outer rim. The sour is the two outside. I guess is where the receptors are really kicking in.
I didn't know that. Yeah.
The bitter in the back, and then the umami is everything combined. Now, that could also just be a graphic made by anyone, and I'm just putting this information out. It says taste areas on the human tongue. No, but that is it. And who knew that?
I didn't know.
So you're
any of that.
learning things. We're learning things.
We're learning things. We're learning things.
So I wonder if I took something sweet and then touched the sweet receptor area being indicated here, and then I took something sweet and I touched it by the bitter receptor in the back, according to this here, if I am going to taste it differently.
I don't think so. I think what that's telling you is that's the area of the tongue that picks up the most of the particular flavor. That's like why when you have something bitter, it hits you it feels like it hits you in the back of the throat.
Yes.
It's not necessarily
and salty, you always start to get watery over here, or sour, you're like, and it's on the sides. That's wild. That like if you think about it, it's true.
Yeah, that is true.
Never knew it. They didn't teach that in school.
That is. No, they don't teach you anything good in school.
But what I'm saying here is this is a 5-tiered biological system full of endings, nerves, ligaments, all the stuff that's in your mouth. And so I'm saying that so people respond to that, and I'm saying that we might have the polls might be more accurate than you think.
I have no regard for the polls, and I refuse to respect them in any way. But it's a nice gimmick for the show, so we do it.
Let's see you sing that tune when you win big. You're going to be like, the polls know what the polls know.
Of course I will. This is electoral college versus popular vote. Whatever one agrees with me, I'm going to go with. But here's the thing. Let's get, where are we at here time-wise, Mike?
All right.
6 minutes in. We're about ready to drop the Twitter poll for today's argument, which is, ladies and gentlemen,
better bagel, cinnamon raisin, or everything. And tweet. It is out there. It is live. Now, would you like to tell them the ship that you're on right now has a couple of 100,000 holes on it? Would you like to name the SS ship you're on? Because you were on the SS Chips Ahoy before.
Proudly. I'm on the Everything Bagel. I mean, sorry. I'm on the Cinnamon Raisin ship. I'm on ship Cinnamon Raisin to Cinnamon Bun Island, baby, because it's a wonderful bagel. And that's what you want first thing in the morning. Mm-hmm. And that's how this argument started. We, once again, were on vacation, right?
We sound like we are just like Robin Leach. Like we are just hopping around, world travelers. Like we're just like, where were we on vacation when this one cropped up?
Yeah, we have a hot air balloon. We travel around the world.
What happened was there's a pandemic and we have a lot more time.
Yeah. It's been a 6-month vacation.
When we say vacation, we have not gone to a tropical island. We are not at a resort. We are not even on a plane. I think what we mean is that we are spending some time together.
Yeah. But it was a morning. It was an early morning. And we were talking about bagels, and I believe there were only Everything Bagels in the house. Because
I went out and got you cinnamon raisins after that.
You didn't, though. You didn't.
Thomas's.
Let's not lie. Thomas English muffin cinnamon raisins. You still, as a nice little fuck you, is what he did, because he wouldn't bring the actual thing I wanted into the house. He was like, I got you your thing, and then you couldn't be mad because it was still nice, but it was passive aggressive.
They didn't have cinnamon raisins.
But Sal was in charge of buying bagels, and I said, do we have any cinnamon raisin? And he said, no, there's only Everything. And I said, never mind, I don't want one. And that's how this whole thing...
Have you ever heard someone say that on the heels of this Everything Bagels? Have you ever heard? I mean, you're going to get killed worse than Chips Ahoy, than Oreo slaughtered Chips Ahoy.
We'll see.
The Everything Bagel, it's in the name, babe.
Yeah.
Everything. It's everything everybody wants. It's got a little bit of error.
It represents everything wrong with this country. Look at it. It's indulgence. It's throw it all into one place. Don't separate anything.
You're going to throw the indulgence card on everything as opposed to a cinnamon raisin?
Cinnamon raisin
is sweet, just over the top.
Look at the top of that bagel. They It looks like they dumped a buffet on the top of that bagel.
It looks heavenly.
It looks gluttonous, is what it looks like.
No, it doesn't. You can't have a lot of seeds, and that's gluttonous.
It looks gluttonous to me.
If there was a billion bagels, I would say on a whole, they look gluttonous. But the topping of the bagel is not gluttonous.
And I'm going to say it, too, because I've seen it in your house. The Everything Bagel seasoning. It's for trash people.
You want... Oh my God! You're gonna need to get 24-hour security on you. You're gonna need a security detail. You're insulting most of the globe. I'm not even saying the United States or New York or what have you. You are throwing out bombs right now, my friend.
It's a trash. It's like
it's a
trashy thing to have around.
I like what you did. You did what they do in rap battles. You used what I was gonna use against you, and you tried to use it against me, like you were B-Rabbit, and it's not gonna happen.
All right.
The Everything Bagel topping is so good. They took it off the bagel and they sell it on its own. They sell it on its own. And I will tell you, I will name names because a lot of people make it, but Trader Joe's, they really know what they're doing over there. I love everything. It's called Everything But the Bagel.
Right.
It's so great. What a genius idea. They had a board meeting, and they all went to lunch that day feeling good about themselves because that's some name. And let me tell you,
It is a good name. I'll give you that.
I apply Everything But the Bagel seasoning. Salads, eggs, dishes, chips. When I don't have it, I put it on the cream cheese. I mix it into the cream cheese. You could put it on almost anything. You know what I've done? And everyone does this too. When I'm done with an Everything Bagel and there's all the ones that fell off the bagel in the plate, I go like this. And I pick that up like it is like I just pick it up and I eat it all. I don't leave a seed in the plate when I'm done with my Everything Bagel. The plate looks like it's clean when I'm done with the Everything Bagel. It's a mixture of poppy. It's a mixture of sesame. It's a little bit of salt. It's a little bit of garlic. It's got everything.
Onion powder.
I mean, come on. It's all the flavors. You talk about the taste buds in your mouth. You talk about taste buds. You want to talk about the name of this podcast? We just saw the taste buds are all over. Sweet, savory, bitter. This is banging on all cylinders. Your tongue is having a
There's
party.
no sweet. There's no one bit of sweet in that stuff.
Oh, really? But what about when I put on some cream cheese with it? What about when I put on
Cream cheese isn't sweet?
Oh, really? Oh, talk to blueberry cream cheese and get back to me.
You're putting...
Now I'm getting my whole mouth.
That's disgusting.
My whole mouth is having a party.
You're not supposed to treat your whole mouth together at once. You wouldn't treat your whole body to anything all at once ever.
You're insane. You ever hear of a four-handed massage?
Oh, come on.
Why is that? You want even more stimulation across the whole body.
Let me explain something to you about Everything seasoning, okay? Because I can't tell you how many times I've watched, Gordon Ramsay or Jamie Oliver, and they're always throwing the Everything Bagel seasoning into their dishes. No.
Okay.
Never. It's garbage food. It's not a thing.
It's not garbage
You know what it is?
food.
You know what it is? I'm going to tell you what it is. It's like aioli. It's like when you go somewhere and they go, and they try to sound fancy. They go, we have a turkey sandwich with a pesto garlic aioli. You're trash. You put shit into mayonnaise and you try to make it, and you think it's fancy because you don't know any better. You don't know any better.
Aren't you just describing food?
No.
Isn't food just made of other things and combined to make new things?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right. Okay. Well, but there's people. Let me tell you something. There's poppy bagels. There's sesame bagels. There's salt bagels. There's garlic bagels. And there's onion bagels. And people have and like all of those types of bagels. Those are really like on the Mount Rushmore of bagels.
Guess what?
What?
I'll take an onion bagel over an Everything Bagel. I like a streamlined bagel. It's too much.
No, it's not. No, it's
not. First thing in the morning. Too much salt first thing in the morning.
Do I want one bagel with the benefits of 5? Yes,
But
I do.
Yes,
I do. I'm gonna eat one bagel. I don't have to choose. Oh man, I love onion. I love garlic. I love how that sesame seed tastes. You ever have a salt bagel? It's really nice. That's a little heavy, but I got to be in the mood for it. But a salt bagel's full salt. What everything does is it takes a little bit of ratio of all of them. And when you take a bite, whatever you really want to feel on your tongue for the specific bagel, that's what you're feeling. And they also, you can, if you have a good enough palate, and I'm telling you, it's not for trash people. If you have a good enough palate, you can pick up on the notes that you want to pick up on, or you could choose to taste it as a whole, and the sum of its parts are greater than individual. It combines for a super taste.
Okay, now let's.
Now, you talk about God, because I can't wait to dig into the cinnamon raisin.
Let's swing it over to a cinnamon raisin. Let's talk about all the breakfast foods that feature cinnamon raisin for a reason. Cinnamon raisin toast.
Don't you dare
Cinnamon
apply
buns.
the argument that you used against the Oreo to the cinnamon raisin.
No.
People have memories.
I'm not saying I take it apart. I'm saying this is a flavor.
I said the
heavily
Oreo is
featured.
used in blizzards and shakes and ice creams and pies and crust. And you said that's not the Oreo's intention and you can't do that. And that's like saying I ate a burrito I threw away the lettuce.
I am not
and I said you can't say that. And
bagel.
now you're going to use that same argument in defense of the cinnamon raisin.
I'm not saying the bagel is used. I'm saying cinnamon raisin in and of itself is a breakfast flavor. Just like blueberry is a popular breakfast flavor.
Okay.
You find it in many breakfast dishes. The flavor of cinnamon raisin is all
cinnamon
over.
Reagan.
That was
I love that.
My Halloween costume this year. It's all over breakfast. You can't you've never seen Everything cereal. You've never seen a fucking omelet with sesame seeds and poppy seeds all through the
Well, you haven't seen my
thing.
omelet, but okay.
Okay, you haven't seen it. Cinnamon raisin permeates breakfast. And what gives you a better, warmer, more breakfasty feeling than the wonderful toasted cinnamon raisin bagel with some cream cheese on it? You can add jelly. Okay? You can't put jelly on an Everything Bagel. And yes, I tried because you dared me to on the trip, and it was disgusting.
You can put
There's something
anything
wrong
you
with you
want.
If you're putting jelly on an
You
Everything
could put
Bagel.
anything you want on an everything.
Look,
you could have a ham and cheese. You could have tomato, scallion. I had one the other day. Red onion, tomato, and scallion cream cheese on an everything.
Yeah, but that's-
blew my balls off. I have no more balls.
That's salty. You're talking salty. I'm talking sweet, breakfasty flavor.
As a matter of fact, I would contend that cinnamon raisin is way less versatile. I can't have a ham and cheese on a cinnamon raisin bagel.
I'm talking about a straight up bagel.
I don't want an egg on a cinnamon raisin bagel.
I don't either. I'm talking about the bagel standing on its own 2 feet.
Okay, but I'm telling you, butter, cream cheese, even jelly can go on and everything. I do it all the time.
Jelly on and
So does
everything.
everybody, by the way.
Jelly on and everything. You're getting garlic and onion into the jelly. It's disgusting. It's
Sal.
not. It's insane, and I don't believe that you do it. Okay? And I don't believe you do it.
Now you're just insulting my character. I've been doing this since the day I had an Everything Bagel.
I want everybody to keep this in mind because we got an episode.
I love jelly on my bagels. I love jelly with butter and with cream cheese alike. And nothing stops me. No topping on the bagel stops me. Everything does not stop. I exclusively choose Everything Bagels. And
Would you put jelly on your pizza?
No.
You might as well.
Let me tell you about the arguments you're making on this podcast.
Might as well. Would you take pizza crust from Pizza Hut and put jelly on it?
No.
No, it's disgusting. Why? Because it tastes like buttery, garlicky, oniony, whatever. Bread.
No, you got to come harder with that.
I'm coming hard.
No, you're not.
I'm
Joe.
coming hard.
I can't have.
Would you take a slice of onion and put jelly on it and then put it on top of a sandwich?
I can't have cream cheese and jelly on my Everything Bagel, and you're comparing that to me putting jelly on my Pizza Hut pizza?
No, I said, would you take just the crust of the Pizza Hut pizza, which is buttery, garlicky, oniony flavored bread, and put jelly on it? Of course you wouldn't.
I would with an Everything Bagel. I wouldn't do it with a Pizza Hut slice.
Not a slice. Stop twisting my words. The crust.
The crust.
Only.
Even the pizza crust.
A breadstick from Pizza Hut. A breadstick. Same thing.
No, it's not.
It's very similar.
It's not, though.
It's similar.
But I'm not arguing the Pizza Hut breadstick. This is what do they say? What do they say in court? This is inadmissible.
Who puts jelly on it? Listen, all I'm saying is this: when the morning
Mike,
comes,
can you Google jelly Everything Bagel and just see if an image comes up? Because apparently you should have a Google. What do they call that when you Google something? It doesn't come up.
I dated it.
I mean, it's just look at it. Look at it. It looks delicious.
I mean, you could Google blood on an Everything Bagel. I bet you find it.
Google it. I bet you don't.
Sick internet.
I bet you don't.
Go ahead.
I bet you don't. Nope, you don't. So
Look
you
at
want
that.
to
Just
don't go willy nilly with the arguments because what you're doing is you're digging yourself a hole now.
Listen, I'm ready.
Everything
I want to tell you
Bagel pigs in a blanket.
That's
You
not-
do that with a cinnamon raisin? Take a
That's-
hike.
That's not an everything bagel. That's everything bagel seasoning on top of pigs in a blanket.
My point,
you
though-
could put motor oil on top of pigs in a blanket. It'd be delicious.
Nobody's
so
putting.
don't act like
nobody's putting cinnamon on their
Why
pigs in a
would you?
blanket.
Who-
Nobody's
what-
putting raisins on their pigs in a
'cause
blanket.
nobody's
Nobody's putting cinnamon and raisins on it.
Because nobody's a sick madman like you putting jelly on an onion bagel.
You're
It's
not-
nuts.
This is my point. Is everything seasoning? Take the plain bagel, right? The plain bagel probably the most versatile thing.
Which I'd also eat over and everything.
None of us
bagel.
would argue that.
I'd eat
But
a
you're really
plain
arguing
over and
the
everything.
seasonings of the bagel is what
Yeah,
we're arguing.
it's too much.
And I'm telling you, everything bagel, just like the Oreo, is applied to. Look, everything mixed in a Bloody Mary with everything bagel rim.
I've had a Bloody Mary. Can I tell you this?
That my mind, oh my God, my mind is blown.
Can I tell you this?
This is the versatility of an everything seasoning. They have a Bloody Mary, a pickle, a celery stick, an olive. It looks beautiful. And they did, instead of a salt rim, they did an everything.
Can I tell you this?
Everything bagel.
Can I tell you this?
Go ahead, please.
When we were on the same trip and you had left for the day to go do something,
Yeah.
I had Bloody Marys with some friends of ours that were there with me.
Put cinnamon on the rim?
No.
Raisins?
We put that everything bagel mix in it.
You didn't.
Yeah. It was delicious. But I felt like trash while I drank it. And I mean that.
Yeah, but you
And I
are
mean
selling
that.
yourself down the river.
I'm not.
Trash.
I'm
You know what's
talking-
trash? You got to pump sugar into your mouth first thing in the morning.
When you wake up in the morning, and it's let me say
I-
this. Let me
okay.
say this.
Okay,
Let me
please,
say
please
this.
go ahead, please.
Let me say this. When you wake up in the morning, it's a cold day. It's a rainy day. Sunday morning.
Okay, please. Go ahead.
Overcast.
Yep.
You want to feel warm. You want to feel like you're back
Oh
home
my
again.
God. Oh my God.
You want to feel like
Cinnamon raisin martini.
There you go.
Okay, with cinnamon around the rim.
All right.
Okay.
You
All
want
right.
to feel like you're back home again in your mother's sweet embrace, maybe. And cinnamon raisin bagel is what gives you that treat. When you want to have a cup of coffee and you want something on the side of that cup of coffee, a cinnamon raisin bagel complements black coffee so beautifully. When on a hot day, when it's hot and it's too hot in the morning.
That's what I want on a piping hot day.
No.
On a
Hold
dog
on.
day of summer, I'm like,
Hold on.
give me cinnamon and raisin.
Yeah. Don't you think that's much more forgiving than a salty mess against your palate covered in grease?
Salt is one of the main ingredients of life. It is
So you're
really.
telling me
Salt
first
is
thing
like
on a
one of the-
hot day you want a
salt is-
dehydrating
salt is-
bagel.
No, here's the thing. Okay, again, just like the Chips Ahoy, I love a cinnamon raisin. I love a good. I don't hate.
you?
No, I don't hate cinnamon raisin. I don't hate it. I've had it. My grandma used to make cinnamon raisin bread toast all the time. That was her go-to. My grandma. So when I never had it, but when I went to her house, she's like, "You want a piece of cinnamon raisin toast?" She put the butter on it. It's delicious. It's in moderation. It's delicious at the right time. You tell me I wake up from school. It's a freezing cold day out. A nice piece of butter on a cinnamon raisin bagel. It gives my taste buds a pop. It does. But you're asking me, if I had to have one bagel every day for the rest of my life, or just one bagel, and that's the bagel that exists, everything over cinnamon raisin, 10 times to 1, 100 times to 1. It's everything. I can enjoy a cinnamon raisin bagel. I don't think it's disgraziato. But I do think that I need it in moderation. I need to be kind of in the mood for it. And it's not as versatile a bagel. If I had to choose one bagel, it's going to be everything all the way. And by the way, the beautiful little scenarios, the little tableaus, or the little scenes you set up about the early morning or this or that, yeah, you can say that too. A beautifully toasted everything bagel with butter is nice with a cup of coffee too, FYI.
I don't wake up on a rainy day and go, oh, you know what? I want onion flavor immediately. I want garlic flavor immediately. I don't wake up on a hot day and go, let me further dehydrate myself with a salt palette into my mouth
All right, so
immediately.
the picture you're painting for me is giving me an insight into your life. So you wake up on a rainy day and you're like, get me some fucking raisins ASAP. I need raisins.
Cinnamon raisin bagel.
That's what you feel when it
it's
rains?
the warm embrace
What
that
does
you
that
want
mean?
every morning. I could eat a cinnamon raisin bagel with butter or cream cheese every single morning with my coffee. Never get tired of it. Ever.
Ah, man, I can't have raisins and cinnamon baked in.
What's your beef with raisins? Do you do not like to be regular? What's your beef?
Believe me, I'm regular. I love Raisin Bran. I'm just saying, like, a cinnamon raisin bagel is once in a while bagel. It's a when you're in the mood bagel. It's a hit the right spot bagel. I could also bite into a cinnamon raisin if I'm not in the mood and be like, I'm good for now. I don't want it. I just don't want it. Like, I wasn't ready for the chewy, like, raisins in it and the cinnamon. Cinnamon is good. Cinnamon is good when you really want it and in the right use. Like cinnamon is really nice on like a hot cocoa with a little whipped cream.
If America,
or cinnamon is really nice in like a beautiful baked like treat.
if
like
America had a spice, it would be cinnamon. Do you understand that? Cinnamon is the heart of America.
America's got a spice, and it's like the 5 things in the everything.
No, America.
Salt is the
cinnamon, the farm, apple picking, baseball. Makes you think of baseball. Salt doesn't make you think of baseball. Cinnamon makes you think of baseball.
Oh, really? When I'm sitting there
grandmom's house.
Bring me some popcorn and Cracker Jacks. What's the main ingredient on those, babe?
What's the thing you're more excited about? Cracker Jacks or popcorn?
They both have salt.
No, Cracker Jacks is caramel all the way. It is not.
Caramel's not cinnamon.
There's no.
It's salt.
I'm saying it's sweet though. It's sweet. It's the sweet flavor. It's this. It's not the salty flavor.
I don't even know if it's give me some popcorn.
Cracker Jacks is.
Give me some. What is it in Cracker Jacks?
Peanuts.
Peanuts. Okay, so peanuts. Boom.
And Cracker
boom,
Jacks.
boom, boom. Let me hear say wayo. Wayo.
They're not
peanuts.
Salted.
Salted, babe.
They're not salted, buddy. Okay. They come in the shells. They're not salted.
You're talking about apple pie, and then you're associating it to baseball. Meanwhile, it's peanuts and popcorn at a baseball game. Salt.
Jacks.
Salt. Hot dog. Loaded with sodium.
The word hot dog ain't in that song, buddy. I got news for you. And those peanuts got shells on them.
Do I feel like the right cinnamon raisin at the right time, at the right temperature, with the right amount of butter can feel like a hug, a warm hug? Yeah.
Let me take it.
No, but I'm not even arguing that. I'm saying that a cinnamon raisin bagel is a once in a while bagel, and everything bagel is like pizza. You can eat it every day, every time. And if only one bagel had to exist for the rest of my life, the most versatile, fun, inclusive bagel is the everything. It's in the name.
All 3 major.
Where are we?
Anglo. What time are we at? 4 minutes left. All 3 major Anglo-Saxon holidays in this country. You think of cinnamon. Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas.
Halloween?
Yeah. Cinnamon apples at Halloween. Pies.
Caramel apples.
But cinnamon too. Cinnamon
I just say caramel.
Pies.
I never say caramel. I say caramel.
Apple cider with cinnamon sprinkled on it.
Thanksgiving, yes.
Thanksgiving, 100% with the pies.
Cinnamon, Christmas. Okay, Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Christmas eggnog. All 3. Easter is even associated with candy and sweets, nothing salty. All right, that's my point.
Okay, I don't see cinnamon at Halloween at all. I don't not associate those things.
Apple
cider. If anything, I associate salt more.
Apple cider with cinnamon sprinkled on it.
On Halloween?
Yes, apple cider.
You're describing a Thanksgiving drink.
No, hold on.
You got to pull your head out of your ass right now because look, I appreciate that argument, but then you just have to get greedy and throw Halloween in there.
Cinnamon.
No one's like Halloween. Cinnamon.
Look up apple cider with cinnamon. You never saw apple cider with a cinnamon stick in it?
I guess maybe apple cider is for Thanksgiving.
No, apple cider is huge at Halloween. Are you kidding me? That's when it hits the shelves.
No, it's not.
Mike, Google apple cider Halloween, please.
Well, but you can Google apple cider on my friggin' left foot. It's going to come up.
That's what I said about the blood thing, and I was wrong. We didn't find blood bagels. It's a big Halloween thing. I'm telling you, that's when it drops every year. That's the record release party.
Well,
it's Halloween.
I will say pumpkin I associate with Halloween. And do people put cinnamon and I think you're thinking
pumpkin pie.
You know what I think you're thinking? Nutmeg. I think nutmeg.
Look at that Halloween apple cider skulls thing. That's clearly got cinnamon.
Man, I never associated apple.
Oh, nutmeg goes on. You're right. Nutmeg goes on eggnog. Is nutmeg.
Yeah.
But cinnamon. Christmas is cinnamon. Cinnamon apples.
Oh, Christmas is cinnamon all the way. I'm not taking it from you.
You know what I made?
So Thanksgiving.
You know what I made last Christmas?
Cinnamon.
A fucking goose.
I
did. I made a goose. I did.
You cooked a goose?
I made a goose. And I made some cinnamon apples to go with it.
What is the difference? What, a goose?
A goose.
What is that?
Like they did in Charles Dickens.
You did not.
Yes, I did. I found a goose and I made it.
Who sells goose?
It was hard to find, my friend. It was not easy to find.
How did you know? Was it gamey?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah. Because I wanted to make a Christmas goose. Because I'd heard about it my whole life.
So you bought it like we buy chicken. Like you didn't like chop the head off.
I had to go to a chef at a restaurant and say, get me a goose. And he got me a goose from his poultry supply.
Were you home for the holidays? Tell me you didn't cook a goose alone.
No, I went to my mom and dad's and cooked it, yeah.
But they wanted a goose? It sounds very, very unappealing. It doesn't sound appetizing. Like if I look at a menu, I'm not like, oh, goose.
Oh, it tastes like duck. It's an expensive bird.
Duck is not good either.
I love duck.
right, wait a minute.
Listen, this
right.
might be another. You might have just witnessed another episode be born. I'll go to the
Goose.
mat for duck.
Oh, no.
I'll go, okay, let's save
No,
it.
no.
Tell us the results.
No.
Save it.
This guy,
Save
you know
it.
what I
Don't
call
waste
him?
it.
This guy is all about duck, goose. That's it.
Don't waste it. Don't waste it.
All right.
Let's go to the mat.
Going to the polls. It's time for humble pie right now, where somebody gets to eat some humble pie because they spent a half hour making a fool of themselves. Here we go. I should have called. I called another drumming. I said it would be a bigger margin. Before I look, I said it would be an even bigger margin of defeat than Oreo beat the Chips Ahoy.
He's going to reveal it on the screen.
Oh, please do.
Oh, never mind. All right.
Okay,
Sal?
here we go. The winner by a bigger margin than Oreo Chips Ahoy at 64-36. Who do you think won, Joe?
Judging from your arrogance, Everything Bagels.
Everything Bagel, 64-36. That's an even bigger defeat than episode 1.
Okay.
Again, Mike Rapicli is saying, now you're just being a dick. What is he? Everything. He agreed. He's like, we're just being insulting.
I'll go heckle him at his next Broadway show. I don't give a shit what he says. I'll throw cinnamon raisin bagels at him
All right.
from the audience. And I will do that. I don't care.
No.
That's how I'll retire from this
That's
business.
a nice Taste Buds guerrilla marketing.
I will, to quote Super Hands, who's my favorite character from one of my favorite TV shows ever, Peep Show. Never ever listen to the public. The public likes Coldplay and voted for Hitler. So I still think I'm on the right side of history.
I'll read off some commentary. Okay, I can't answer this. What is the spread? Give me some butter with cinnamon and cream cheese with everything. So we're splitting the room there. On rare occasion, I eat a bagel. It has to be an everything bagel. Okay. Won't eat anything with raisins. They look like cat turds. Raisins, another person. Raisins look like dead flies without wings. I go for everything.
Look at this psycho up here. This is who you're dealing with on your team. This guy. Actually, Parmesan with salsa cream cheese. One of the most disgusting things I can even imagine. And cranberry orange then on an everything. That is revolting. That's revolting.
Well, I love a cranberry orange muffin, so I can't apply it there. That's another great thing about Taste Buds is that when we poll, if you're watching and you're playing along and everything, there's very well that we could read your comments on the podcast. Here we go. Here we go.
The one that's up there right now with the GIF. That's really funny.
Can you read it?
Cinnamon raisin is the shredded wheat of bagels. Like the regular kind, not even frosted. Fuck out of here with that.
And then
that hurts.
That GIF is hysterical.
Yeah,
It says,
great.
Get the fuck out. That passion is how I feel about the everything. This is what I want to say to you.
Yeah.
That clip is hysterical.
I got to use that GIF. That's
Everything
a great
bagels
GIF.
every time, and I make my own at home now. Damn, I'm stuck here. I've never even tried an everything bagel. Cinnamon raisin with apple butter. There's a lot of people. You know what happens here? People want to just give their own. They veer from what I'm asking.
I know.
Then they, pimento. All right.
I saw
Pumpernickel,
cinnamon
pimento,
raisin.
honey walnut. All right.
I did see a cinnamon raisin all day long.
There it is. I seen that. Cinnamon raisin all day long. Everything bagel. I do not acknowledge that first choice.
This lady writes, I love olive pimento cream cheese.
I know.
This is a shit show. Listen, it's disgusting.
Everything bagels are my life. Nothing was ever made better by adding raisins to it. Oh man, I wish I would have had that line, Diane.
That's insane.
That's not Diane.
That's all, you know it's not
true. You are not okay. Why doesn't an everything have cinnamon raisin? Wow.
That's a great question.
Because you can't do that because a cinnamon raisin is just, you can't have it all the time. You can't combine the two.
No, because it supports my argument that only a lunatic puts sweet shit on an everything bagel.
Cinnamon bagels, period, are the best unless it's with Taylor ham, egg, and cheese.
Oh, that's Philly all the way.
That's Jersey. Yeah. I mean, look, I'm reading both. Cinnamon raisin, I don't want garlic breath. Best bagel is an egg. Oh, you could go take a walk. Raisins ruin everything.
Take an egg over and everything.
Everything 100%, not even a question. Anything with raisins is inferior to anything without.
And can we make this the last reply?
Anything raisin is vile.
Had me at cinnamon, lost me at raisin. What psycho is this that's finding just cinnamon bagels somewhere? I've never even heard of such a thing.
Somebody screen capped it at one vote and said, this settles it, and it was 100% everything on the first vote. But, I mean, I like to read off both because I like to, we like to do both sides of the coin here. We're fair here at Taste Buds.
Right.
But I will say large groups of people are repulsed by raisins.
I had no idea. I don't get it. But
Joe,
they're not. I think they think they're prunes. They're not prunes. They're raisins.
No, I don't think they think that. You're saying that you think people who can read and are capable people are reading the word raisins and thinking they're prunes. They're thinking they're dried plums that are 10 times the size.
People in here that think there's just cinnamon bagels out there somewhere.
You think people think those are prunes on the bagel? Joe, you're grabbing at straws. The boat is now under. Women and children get off.
All right.
I still love you.
I love you too, buddy. I love you too. Our next episode, our next one's going to be a hot one. So come back for it. That's the show. My other podcast, Without a Country, me and Corinne Fisher discussing the news every week on Gas Digital Network. Use the promo code WAC when you subscribe. Get a free 30 days. Live stream every Tuesday night on Gas Digital exclusively, and then it hits everywhere you get your podcast from for free on Saturdays. And then Pat Walsh and myself reviewing movies on the We'll See You in Hell podcast. Back catalog available wherever you get your podcasts, and new episodes on Patreon only.
I love it. I gotta watch them. I've been meaning to watch them. You're busy with these things, Jesus.
It's not crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's 2 days.
It feels like a lot.
1 day a week for me and Corinne's, and then 2 days a month for me and Pat. Okay. And now this will be another day a month, and it's not that bad.
Yeah, but it's a lot of content. That's good.
Yeah, it's good.
You're working, babe.
I'm enjoying. I like doing this stuff, man. I'm enjoying it more than like.
This is
live
fun.
stuff.
We were doing it just like we were doing this anyway, which is so funny. Like literally, this entire conversation probably happened already.
No, it's the same conversation.
Same exact conversation.
Yeah.
I got the Hey Babe podcast with Chris and Stefano also on this channel, and the TV shows are coming back on soon. We had to stop down, but we got some good news that they're all coming back up, and that's Dinner Party and Misery Index and Jokers. And then if this happens to have not come out by August 22nd or comes out before August 22nd, I will be in the Cape Cod Drive-In doing some stand-up that night. That's Saturday, August 22nd. Tickets at salvulcanocomedy.com.